This is Cafe Improv, happens on the fourth Saturday of every month. We've been doing this since 1990. We've been on TV since 1998. We're wearing these lovely fashionable things. There's just a fashion thing. And I'm going to hand the mic over to Mary.
Okay, thank you, Tommy. So, yes, the evening continues. We have Ed Seifert, who can come on down. I'm talking about him here. Ed writes and plays several combos in the northern New Jersey area, including the push the button. Oops, push that one. All right, so yes, make sure I keep that up going there in New Jersey area, including Campfire Flies, Speed the Plough, Jung Woo, and Ed Seifert and the Stimulus Package. The lifelong Bergen County resident plays guitar and harmonica on his songs of heartbreak, once or twice, joy as well, but mostly heartbreak. Ed's songs, Early Morning Hours, earned an honorable mention in the American Songwriter Magazine lyric contest. Nobody saw that, right? He thanks his friend Bernie Drury for introducing him to Cafe Improv.
Very good. That's good. And we got orange and red, our little voices.
1, 2, check.
Very good.
I hear it.
Should we do like To Tell the Truth and make them guess who's Ed Seifert?
We're going to take the one with the guitar.
Yes. Oh, yeah, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are extremely pleased to welcome for the very first time ever here to Cafe Improv, Ed Seifert.
That's me. This is my friend Sean Seymour. You comfy over there, Sean?
Yes.
Sit.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, and... Before you tell me that it's time to go, there is something that I need to know. Is there someone else who loves you so? Are you still mine? Before you say goodnight and go to bed, is there something that you wish you'd said? Would you rather someone else instead? Are you still mine? Were you with somebody else last night? Am I out of mind when out of sight? Tell me, darling, 'cause it's only right. Are you only mine? Is it make-believe or is it true? Is there nothing more that I can do? Are you still in love or are we through? Are you still mine? Were you with somebody else last night? Am I out of mind when out of sight? Tell me, darling, 'cause it's only right. Are you only mine? There are some things that I can't allow. It doesn't matter why or matter how. Dear, the only thing that matters now. Are you still mine? The only thing that matters now. Are you still mine? Thanks so much. Sean and I recorded that a couple of years ago with a bunch of friends of ours. Sean played everything but guitar on that one. He was on baritone guitar and bass. So this could, I guess, be the answer to that one. That was, and you'll know the titles of my songs because it's the phrase that's repeated 75 times. No mysteries here. And so that was, of course, Are You Still Mine? This one's called There's Someone Else. So this concludes the infidelity portion of the evening. No. Are you still? There's someone else. Yeah, I know. I'm just throwing my curveball. Set.
Yes.
One. Another guitar solo from Sean on this one. 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. There's someone else you ought to know right from the start. There's someone else who's got a hold upon this heart. And though I beg her every night, she still keeps it locked up tight. She won't let go. There's someone else there she should know. Deep within her heart she knows it's over. And we could never be the way we were before. And while she's lying to herself, she's hurting someone else who still believes that there must be something more. There's someone else you ought to know right from the start. There's someone else who's got a hold upon this heart. Though I beg her every night, still keeps it locked up tight. She won't let go. Someone else this you should know. Sands of time are passing oh so slowly. You know the minutes seem like hours, seem like days. And it seems so long ago that we loved each other so. Still she refuses to release me when I say there's someone else you ought to know right from the start. There's someone else who's got a hold upon this heart. And though I beg her every night, she still keeps it locked up tight. She won't let go. There's someone else this you should know. This you should know. This you should know. There's someone else. Thanks so much. So this is the one that Mary was referring to, and thanks for that introduction, Mary. I don't know where you got all that material. Just like I wrote it. So I was saying to Sean, I entered this lyric contest with American Songwriter Magazine late last year, and they charge you to enter. And so I think for three lyrics, it was $35. And the first time I entered, one of the songs got honorable mention. That's the one you're going to hear in a minute. And so I was hooked, you know. I've entered like 3 more times, nothing more. And I said to Sean yesterday, I was like, you know, if I had just taken out a full-page ad, probably we could have gotten the whole lyric printed and had a picture and everything, and it would have cost me about the same thing by now, because I think I'm in for about $140. So we'll see how long they've got me suckered in for. Yeah, but we're moving from the the infidelity portion to the the portion of loss. Mary said there's 1 or 2 happy songs in my repertoire, but I left them home tonight. This is called Early Morning Hours. 1, 2, 3. In the early morning hours, when the grass is wet with dew, I open up my eyes and rise, but nothing's ever new. Same old cup of coffee, same old slice of toast. In the early morning hours, that's when I miss her most. And in the early morning hours, I see people on the go, people with a purpose who never ever know the depths of disenchantment I drown in every dawn. In the early morning hours, I know she's really gone. In the early morning hours, when the husbands kiss their brides, I wonder if they appreciate or even realize that everything I'll ever want is what they have and hold. In the early morning hours, it always seems so cold. Seems so cold. And in the early morning hours, once my dreams have disappeared, I'm back where I was late last night, just as I had feared, when every hope I clung to has vanished like a ghost. In the early morning hours, in the early morning hours, in the early morning hours, that's when I miss her most, miss her most, miss her most. Thanks so much. So these are all at least a couple of years old. These ones up to now, that is. Now we get into the scary territory where we're doing the new ones. I've known Sean about, I guess, 30 years. That sound about right? But this is the first time we're doing anything exactly like this. And,
Yeah.
you can't applaud enough for him as far as I'm concerned. He's a great man and a great player. And he plays bass. He plays 10,000 different things, like I said before. So it was May of this year. And I like Lyle Lovett's stuff a lot. And I read something that Lyle Lovett had a new album coming out called The 12th of June. And it had a song by that title. And I was like, okay, before I go try to listen to it, let me see if I could write what I would imagine Lyle Lovett might write with that title. And hopefully when I write it and listen to his, I won't have to worry about being sued or anything. So it's quite a bit different from his. And somebody since told me that the 12th of June is when I think he had twin sons or something. So it's more of a celebratory thing. So there's no danger of overlap here. But this is called 12th of June. I retired from Verizon almost 4 years ago, and in the 44 months since, every month I put something up on Facebook that I record with this little Spire home studio recorder. And so So I wrote this in May and put it up. They're usually up in the middle of the month, and this was up in the middle of May. I guess I might have saved it till June, but I didn't. So it was a month early, and now it's about 2 weeks late. She left me on the 12th of June, a year too late, a day too soon. She took the car, she took the cash. I should have known this wouldn't last. She left me on the 12th of June. She told me on the night we met a story that I won't forget. It broke my brittle heart in two. Tonight I wonder if it's true. She left me on the 12th of June. She left me on the 12th of June. Hi, 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 hi. The 12th of June was a Friday night. We didn't even have a fight. I thought that we were still in love. She up and said, I've had enough. She left me on the 12th of June, a year too late, a day too soon. She left me on the 12th of June. She left me on the 12th of June. She left me on the 12th of June. Thanks so much. So what's that line from the movies? You don't leave a loaded gun left anywhere on the set unless it's going to be used. So here's my version of the loaded gun. I had a harmonica part for the first song we did, Are You Still Mine? And after Sean heard it, he's like, maybe I should do the guitar solo on that one. I'm sure it was just a coincidence, right, Sean?
No. What's that last song? That next song?
The
sorry?
Path of Most Resistance. Okay, so now we've left lost. We've only got one song about being stubborn tonight. I've got plenty of them. There's one called I'm Not Changing My Mind. Another one that goes, I'd know if you told me you'd be true, I'd know exactly what to do. So, and I learned something this week. We all know the word abstinence. And so I thought the extension of obstinate would be obstinance, but obstinance I don't think is a word. I wasn't able to find it. It's obstinacy. So this is about obstinacy or stubbornness, and like all my songs, it's complete fiction. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody I've ever met or myself, of course not me. So yeah, but this is a term I've used for somebody, whoever it may be, who seems to be making things hard on themselves, and it's called the path of most resistance. Right? Let me push this out a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I will take the high road, not the low, but I will take the rough road when I go. Doesn't matter what the day or distance, I will take the path of most resistance. I will travel uphill in the snow, or go across a landfill, don't you know? I'm not gonna try to be efficient, I will take the path of most resistance. You'd think that I'd know better, find the words and write the letter, but I'm not gonna meet you halfway. No, I'm not gonna meet you halfway. I'm not here to please nobody, I'm time and all your money. Talk is cheap and here's what I have to say. I will take the longest way around, walk across the shore and swim the sound. Every chance I get, in every instance, I will take the path of most resistance. I will take the high road, not the low, but I'll run on the dirt track, even though you tell me in the end it makes no difference. I will take the path of most resistance, and I will win awards for my persistence when I take the path of most resistance, of most resistance, of most resistance.
Thank you so much. What a fun time this is. We got time for one more? Okay, so like I said, I've known Sean a long time. We kind of connected most recently because of a project I started a little over a year ago on Facebook when I knew Bob Dylan was coming up on his 80th birthday. And in the 14 months or so since, I've done, I think, 60 or 61 songs of Bob Dylan's, about half by myself and half with friends like Sean and so many people. Glenn Mercer from the Feelies, Denny Bonet, our friend Chris Flynn, Rebecca Turner, Dina Shaskis, and John Freed. I could drop names all day. I'm good at that. I don't know if you know any of those people. We're all from a little north of here. And it just was a lot of fun. At first, it was like just something where I was like, well, it's great to do some Bob Dylan songs and to maybe learn some I hadn't played before. But it was also ended up being great to connect with some friends, especially in a time when it was kind of hard to connect with some friends. You know, most of them were shot outdoors, so we could be safe and everything. And you know, of course, just playing with people was so great. And so we had an idea to do one with Sean, and he was like, well, why don't we get a couple of people? And our friend Chris Flynn and Denny Bonet came, and it was a miserable day out, so we ended up shooting it in my tiny apartment. This is back in March, I guess. And it's a tiny apartment, and there were 4 of us standing up, and we were going to sing You Ain't Going Nowhere, which we're not doing right now, but you can see that on Facebook and on YouTube, right? So you can look up Sean on YouTube. He's got a bunch of stuff that he's posted. And we were standing up, and we were kind of cramped, and then he said, well, the lyric goes down in the easy chair, so why don't we all just sit on the couch? And the couch could barely hold the 4 of us, but that's what we did. So we did that one. That was the first one. And then Sean really took over. We did Mr. Tambourine Man. What was the name of that park? It was a park near Freehold where there had been like a
Monmouth Battlefield.
Monmouth Battlefield. And then he came up by me to Van Son Park. We did I Shall Be Released. And then most recently, we did this in the park we were at today, Lake Tappamak? Topominas in Freehold. So I'm seeing all beautiful parts of New Jersey and playing with friends and learning songs. So I think I'm going to put it to rest shortly. I'll probably do a couple more, and then we'll figure out something else to do. But, just the idea of playing with friends was so great. And again, thanks to everybody for listening. What a great listening room. When I was doing 4th of June, I was like, 12th of June, I was like, oh my gosh, everybody's listening. What a great What a concept. Yep, exactly. Yep, exactly. So, so this one was on the album Planet Waves. It's kind of a love song. So here's the one sweet song you'll get this evening. I didn't write it. And I was in college around 1980, and I remember Manfred Mann having a version of this, and it was kind of the track that got the most play from the album, but I guess it was by no means a hit. And it's kind of a weird version. We're doing it a little bit more straight, but not exactly like Bob. Set?
Yep.
It's called You Angel You. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and you angel, you got me under your wing. The way you walk and the way you talk, I feel I could almost sing. You angel, you fine as anything fine. And I just want to watch you talk and put memories on my mind. You know that I can't sleep at night for trying. No, I never did feel this way before. Get up at night and walk the floor. This is love, then give me more, and more and more and more and more. And you angel, you, you're fine as you can be. When you smile like a sweet baby child, that's the way it ought to be. Know that I can't sleep at night for trying. Well, I never did feel this way before. I get up at night and walk the floor. If this is love, then give me more, more and more and more and more. And you angel, you got me under your wing. The way you walk and the way you talk, I feel I could almost sing. Yeah, the way you walk and the way you talk, I feel I could almost sing. Thanks so much, Cafe Improv. What a great time.
Thank
Watch out-
you.
Watch out for Erik and Spook coming up.
Ed Seifert, joined by Sean Seymour. Thank you so much. This Cafe Improv happens on the fourth Saturday of every month. You are definitely unpluggables. We're going to hand the mic over to Mary.
Chances are, if there is a stage and a microphone, Erik Sommer has performed there, opening for and playing with musical legends, open tunings, slide guitar, lap slap, tone guitar, and remarkably aggressive finger-styling approach. Watching Erik will make you jump out of your seat and holler for joy. There are very few players who have maintained this authentic American style of guitar, and Erik Sommer is one of the very best. And we can definitely say that because Erik has played here previously, and we were so thrilled to see him on the lineup, and it was like, woohoo! Erik is back.
Yeah, just hang loose. Yeah, take
Hang
that back
loose, hang loose.
to the green room.
Okay. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Yeah, right. Then watch the piano there. Right, you're good. Right, not on. All right, and yeah, watch the piano. Okay. Oops. Yeah, go ahead. Can you get that? Okay. Very good. Wow. Woo! Ken Payne. Yes, our stage manager. Well done, Ken.
I was doing that in Chattanooga, and this dropped out and split it right down there
Oh, my.
and right up here. So I had it.
Repaired, refinished.
I did at Dave's Guitars in La Crosse, Wisconsin.
That's very kind of you. I'll say, what's wrong with this picture? Oh, there you go. Look at this. Even gets a choice. Wow.
You want to take them both?
Oh.
No, I have my hotel cards, and I usually punch them out of my hotel cards. So there's a very consistent. This will do. This will
Very
do fine.
good.
So
All right, so we're almost there.
my little
Almost there.
practice amp.
Well, we've already started this here. This is all part of the act, everybody. We're introducing Erik Sommer. He was here once before at Cafe Improv. You've seen him all over the world. He's been playing everywhere. We are so thrilled to have him back. We're gonna just wait for him to be ready, and then we're gonna set him loose.
Hold on, I've done this before.
He's done this before.
Let's not go that far. But okay, take that down.
I'm still laughing at five picks and one guitar.
Could be running out of battery, but that's okay.
We can send you a plug-in if you need one. I don't know. I probably actually have a thing that would fit into that.
We're just fine. So this is a little tune.
High cost of living getting me down. It's getting so expensive, can't even hang around. Kids all shop at Goodwill, have lunch at Walmart. It's dinner at Family Dollar in the parking lot. Good job I had gone and left town. Got a note in the mail with a $5 bill. Said thanks, buddy, see you around. They're building a new plant in Juarez, Mexico. My job won't be coming back. That's what they tell me so. Bought all that crap you sold me on TV. Those low monthly payments were just right for me. The bills just keep coming, they're clogging up the hall. In another couple of days, won't have any room at all. High cost of living getting me down. It's getting so expensive, can't even hang around. Kids all shop at Goodwill, have lunch at Walmart. It's dinner at Family Dollar in the parking lot. Tried to buy a house, that mortgage was a crime. I went to the bank, tried to get some more money, wouldn't lend me a dime. Tried to raise some cash, put the wife and kids up for sale. Police came by, took me down, couldn't even make my bail. High cost of living getting me down. It's getting so expensive, can't even hang around. Kids all shop at Goodwill, have lunch at Walmart. It's dinner at Family Dollar in the parking lot. It's dinner at Family Dollar in the parking lot. It's dinner at Family Dollar in the parking lot.
Thank you. I have to shout out to Kevin Lieberman. Is he still here? Okay. Great songwriter. And, you know, there's so many times that you run into people who are just great and are, you know, just below the radar and under the covers. And all you have to do is peel the picture back and you'll find all kinds of great stuff. Check out Kevin. Very good. So here's another song in this vein. So I'm in North Carolina, and I play a lot in Nashville. I'm there 2 or 3 times a week, and then I play in Texas a lot, and I play out on the West Coast. But every time I go back and forth, this phenom is these houses with all these cars out front. They're in the yard, and they don't move. Grass is growing out of them. And anyway, here's a song called Redneck Parking Lot.
Redneck parking lot in my front yard. It's easy to get to and the work ain't hard. My friends come by, drop off their cars. I strip off the parts, I put the car in the yard. Sure gets crowded, parts are easy to find, and more keep on coming when the neighbors lose their mind. I get up in the morning and I have more parts. I don't know what to do, I put the car in the yard. I've been shot at, I've been pushed back, now I've turned it all around. I'm no slave to the hourly wage, I'm free at last, 'cause I've been saved. Got a redneck parking lot in my front yard. It's easy to get to and the work ain't hard. My friends come by, drop off their cars. I strip off the parts, I put the car in the yard. I've been shot at, I've been pushed back, now I've turned it all around. I ain't no slave to the hourly wage, I'm free at last, 'cause I've been saved. I used to have a job, it was lame and sad. I needed the money, it was all I had. So one day I walked out and I never looked back. Now I'm working from home, got my whole life back. I've been shot at, I've been pushed back, now I've turned it all around. I ain't no slave to the hourly wage, free at last, 'cause I've been saved.
Thank you. My little redneck parking lot. Maestro, I'm going to pull this plug out. Thank you. I always like to let them know. He's pulling the plug out. No. So now we'll start with some of this acoustic stuff. Now, Gretchen told me that in order to make friends, I had to tell a little bit about me and where I came from, which I rarely do, but anyway. harmony at home, peace and love, harmony. So here we go. I started out, I grew up in Southeast Asia. My dad was in Vietnam for a long time, and I went there when I was about 5. And at that time, if you had $5, which is 100 baht, you were king. And they hadn't seen white people for most of downtown Bangkok, and so it was okay. Okay. Oh, I was going to plug this into the house.
Okay, go right ahead.
Okay. Sorry. So anyway, so he had somebody he knew on the bass. There it is, the red one. Somebody he knew on the bass. Knew his son played guitar, and so I took some lessons. And by the time I was 12, I got a job playing for the GIs on R&R in downtown Bangkok at a place called the Trolley. And I was there for probably a year, and I didn't know shit. I was making it up because the PX, all we had was Perry Como, Percy Faith, Montevideo Orchestra, the Ray Conniff Singers. It was just not everything you saw in Good Morning Vietnam is exactly right. And so I had nothing. I knew nothing about Bob Dylan, so I was just making it up. And one day this guy came in, and he saw me. He sat in the corner there, and he watched me. He came back the next week, sat in the corner, watched me. And then he came up and he said, "You're doing this wrong." I said, "Really?" Do tell. And he gave me a set of finger picks. And so I was probably 11 or 12. And he showed me how to play this song. So you probably know it. It's Freight Train, and that was big. So that was the folk movement was really big, and his name was Staff Sergeant Jim Hall, and he showed me how to do this. He gave me a set of steel finger picks, and showed me more stuff, and then I never saw him again. He just one Saturday he never came in, and I looked for him for 40 years, and I never found him, because if it wasn't for him, I'd just be another guitar player. And but I'm a pretty good picker, and I'm only good because he gave me these at just the right time. Very hard to learn how to use these as you get older, but they were wonderful, and he was wonderful. So I was playing in Fort Stockton, Texas about 3 years ago, and I told this story, and they found him. He's on panel 60D on the Vietnam Memorial. And he was killed in a mortar attack in Con Tien a couple of weeks after I saw him. So this is pretty much. And it's a Freight Train by Elizabeth Cotton, and out of just craziness, I ended up moving to Raleigh-Durham, Chapel Hill. I live in Pittsburgh. We have to get the cows out of the kitchen in the morning and get the chickens out of the bedroom, but everything works out about midday. And it's the home of Elizabeth Cotton, where she wrote Freight Train, right there at the station where I'll be on July 3rd. There's a big plaque there, home of Elizabeth Cotton, born and raised on Lloyd Street in Carrboro. So it's just kind of funny, this whole thing came full circle. So here it is. This is Freight Train for Elizabeth Cotton and Staff Sergeant Jim Hall, wherever you are.
Freight train, gone so fast. Freight train, gone so fast. Please don't tell them what train I'm on. They won't know what route I have gone. When I die, just bury me deep down at the end of Old Chestnut Street. Place the stones at my head and feet and tell them all I've gone to sleep. Freight train, gone so fast. Freight train, gone so fast. Please don't tell them what train I'm on. They won't know what route I've gone. When I'm dead and in my grave, no more happiness will I crave. Place the stones or side by side, I can hear old number 9 come rolling by. So Elizabeth Cotton, when she wrote this, she was about 12 years old, and where I'm playing at the station is right there on the railroad tracks. That inspired it. Just amazing. And she had brothers who were really big guitar players in Scarborough at that time, and she wanted to play guitar, so they said, yeah, you can join us, but you have to learn how to play it left-handed upside down. Pretty sure that was the end of that. Well, son of a gun. You go on YouTube, you can see her playing this song left-handed upside down. Just think about that for a moment. I'm using a thumb. It's alternate picking, so I've got a little bass line going. So she is doing that with her little finger, and it's just mind-boggling. And that's why the timing is so unique. It's actually... No, sorry, that's Donovan. Wait a minute. Ooh. Guitar players, we just bitch it up so it sounds pretty different. So. So one time for Elizabeth Cotton and Staff Sergeant Jim Hall, wherever you are, helped me along in my journey. Freight train, gone so fast. Freight train, gone so fast. Please don't tell them what train I'm on. They won't know what route I've gone. Pulling it out. Thank you. Got that over with. But Gretchen told me to tell that story, so I hope we're friends now. And which is, I didn't even have a reason for getting into this. I just started early enough and never looked back. red dress on. Honey, put that red dress on. Well, honey, put that red dress on. Honey, don't you stop, make that red dress talk. Red dress on. Honey, put that red dress on. Well, honey, put that red dress on. Honey, don't you stop, take that red dress off. Red dress, blue dress, red dress, green. Red dress, blue dress, red dress, green. Red dress, blue dress, red dress, green. Red dress, honey, that red dress green. Is this coming through the PA? I only asked because last night I was in between two metal bands. Like, you know, it's still ringing, so it's hard to hear. Okay, that's good. Red dress, green. Red dress, blue dress. Red dress, green. Red dress, blue dress. Red dress, green. Red dress, honey. That red dress screams everything.
Thank you. Thank you. So, was that? No, man. You just can't give that stuff away. Wait. Sit tight. There'll be more. So, is there any more volume? I don't want to drive you guys crazy, but okay. Is there a monitor anywhere? Fine. Delighted to be here. Believe me, this is just fine. And you know, all this stuff started. There wasn't any electronics nonsense, so it's a pure natural sound. Well, St. Peter put me up in the hotel bar. With little time to kill, I couldn't get that far. Well, scenario complications made my exit premature.
I'll call you from the cornfield when I get the boot from here, and I will. And I will. Well, the street lamp on the corner blinks, keeps me occupied. We're looking up Atlantic Avenue where the sheets of rain reside. The pennies in my pocket, copper jingles coincide. A symphony of telephone wires keeps those buildings black inside, and I know. And I know. Cover my soul in gasoline. It's the only thing I know keeps me so clean. The Pope and all his cardinals, well, couldn't see me through and stop my inevitable suburban rendezvous. Well, my good friend Hitler Jones is standing in the rain. He's holding out his hand. I won't see him again. Well, scenario complications made his exit premature. I'll call you from the cornfield when I get the boot from here. When I will. And I will. Cover my soul in gasoline. It's the only thing I know keeps me so clean. The Pope and all his cardinals, well, couldn't see me through and stop my inevitable suburban rendezvous. Well, the sticks and stones go rolling, go tumbling down the hall. I woke up in the morning and I can't see you at all. Well, scenario complications made my exit premature. I'll call you from the cornfield when I get the boot from here, and I will. And I will.
Much better. You got to have the right groove. What was that? Oh, okay. Oh, one more spin or one more song? Oh, that's no good. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me see what we can do here. Pulling it up. So songwriting stuff. So we don't need any flashy guitar stuff. We can have like a song. I made my way
to the used car lot. I gotta get a new car. I found a beauty, I drove it home. That New Year's brand new car. I got it home and I polished it up. I gotta have a cool ride. And I got up the very next day. And that car won't drive. No matter what I did, that engine wouldn't turn. Well, I tried and how I tried, and that car won't drive. So I rolled it up the driveway. I threw the key away. But I love that car of mine. I use it every day. I filled it up with postcards of everywhere I've been. I put them there on the dashboard with some tape and some kitchen pins. No matter what I did, that engine wouldn't turn. Well, I tried and how I tried, that car won't drive. I sit in that car every day. I travel the world far and wide. Travel the world in that car of mine. That car won't drive.
Thank you so very much. My name is Erik Sommer. Don't forget these guys over here, rocking the block, spanking the flock, doing a good job for everybody. And I have merch and all kinds of goodies. So come on.
We got merch.
Introduce yourself, make friends. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. You are unpluggable. Yes, thank you. This Cafe Improv happens on the fourth Saturday of every month. I'm going to hand the mic over to Mary. We're going to get ready for Spook.
It continues on with the famous Spook Handy. Yeah! Spook credits include performing alongside Pete Seeger for more than 50 times in the last 10 years of Pete's life, performing over 3,000 concerts throughout North America, being named the best folk artist by multiple publications, and charting as high as number 2 on the international folk radio charts. Seeger's influence shines bright and clear in Spook's performance and the many new songs that he has written during the pandemic lockdown.
Good evening.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are extremely pleased to welcome back once again to Cafe Improv. We lost count. We're going to say maybe it was the 5th, 7th, or 12th time ever here to Cafe Improv. Spook Handy.
Hey, how about wow, there were some really good performers here tonight, huh? Pretty amazing. Well, what's been going on? I've been sitting in my room for 3 years. I'm trying to remember if I can know how to play in front of an audience. All right, thank you very much. Hey, so here's a song that was supposedly written in 1927 by a fellow named Gerbel Reeves. No R in his name, not in his first name, but that's how you pronounce it, Gerbel, Geobel. And he taught it to Woody Guthrie. And Woody Guthrie taught it to Pete Seeger. Pete Seeger taught it to me. It's called The Hobo's Lullaby. Do not worry about tomorrow. Let tomorrow come and go. Tonight you're in a nice warm boxcar, safe from all that wind and snow. Won't you sing along? Go to sleep, you weary hobo. Go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the towns drift slowly by. Let the towns drift slowly by. Can't you hear that steel rail humming? Can't you hear that steel rail humming? That's the hobo's lullaby. That's the hobo's lullaby. I see your clothes are torn and ragged, and your hair is long and gray. But lift your face and smile at trouble. You'll find peace and rest someday. So go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the towns drift slowly by. Let the towns drift slowly by. Can't you hear that steel rail humming? Can't you hear that steel rail humming? That's the hobo's lullaby. That's the hobo's lullaby. I know the police cause you trouble. They cause trouble everywhere. But when you die and go to heaven, you'll see no policemen there. So go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the towns drift slowly by. Let the towns drift slowly by. Can't you hear that steel rail humming? Can't you hear that steel rail humming? That's the hobo's lullaby. That's the hobo's lullaby. Can't you hear that steel rail humming? Can't you hear that steel rail humming? That's the hobo's lullaby. So I've been writing tunes. I've been writing a bunch of songs, and gee whiz. Let's see if I remember this one. Because, so what happened was I was pretty much, for 15, 20 years, primarily a performer. I was going on the road and I was doing shows. And if the guitar came out of my guitar case, it was at the gig. I would play backstage and I would rehearse those songs that I was playing every night. And sometimes I'd write a new song and play it that night at the show. But during the pandemic, I spent a lot of time in the woods. Until I went through 4 courses of antibiotics because I got bit 4 times by ticks and got the bullseye rash every time. Yeah, and all the probiotics you have to do to balance that out. But anyway, one day this came through. Has anybody here ever been through Illinois, through the town of Effingham? Effingham. They have this big, enormous cross on the side of the road. It is, I think, the tallest one in the country, and there are a lot of car accidents there because people slow down, they look at the cross, they take their hands off the wheels, make the sign of the cross, and it's a good thing that they did because a lot of them end up, in car accidents. So, but that's one of the things that, you think about driving all the time and staying at people's houses. I'm actually going on my second tour of the post-pandemic era in 2 weeks, and I'll be driving out to Wisconsin. But when you go through Illinois, you can't help but pass through the intersection of I-70 and I-57 and see the Cross of Effingham. And this happened to come out in a song. It's called The Cross of Effingham. I wash my hands, wear a mask, stay at home all alone, doing what I've been told. But the novelty of this new virus, at least for me, is growing old. I'd rather sweat down south in the summer and shiver up north when it's cold. My bones ache for the road, stories yearn to be told. I miss sitting down, sharing food with the families of the people I meet. Trying hard not to spill sauce on my shirt, making sure I don't overeat. Saying thanks anyway, I guess you didn't hear me say that I don't eat meat. But the muffins were sweet, I got an itch in my feet. I don't dream the same way as I do back home when I'm in a strange bed. Close my eyes and replay every word that the lady on the radio said. She said your drive will be like heaven up till I-57, then the lights will turn red. And like ice at a dam, I'm stuck in a jam just outside of Effingham. Drop into a truck stop, a lady with a vinyl top tells me she's lost. She hasn't heard a word from the rest of her herd since their signals got crossed. I was standing in the sun, she was standing in the shadow of 100-foot cross. I said, you are where you are, you need to find your North Star. I met a man walking down a gravel road with his guitar in Steelville, Missouri. I gave him half of my sandwich and a ginger brew to hop in and tell me his story. He said he left to make his name in a younger man's game, but he never found glory. And in his eyes I could see he was a lot like me. So we rambled through the Ozarks, south into Arkansas, and then drifted west, all the way to Okemah, Oklahoma, where he played at the Woody Guthrie Fest. He sang a song about the faces that he's met and the places that he's liked the best. Like the Grand Coulee Dam, the coast of Alabama, the birthplace of Son of Sam, the Cross of Effingham. Yeah, I keep forgetting I'm supposed to do songs that I want videos of, right? Let's do this one. So I got robbed. Yeah, and you know what? If you're fortunate, when you get robbed, you get a good story out of it. And what happened with this one was I was in the first floor of my home, and I could see out to the front porch through the glass door window, and I saw some fellow slithering up the steps, grabbed the package, ran down the steps, hopped on a bicycle, and started wheeling away. Well, it happened to be summertime, and I happened to be in bare feet. And I happened to be a very fast runner in bare feet. And I went flying out the door, and I ran down the road, and I caught the guy. And having played football when I was a kid, I knew how to tackle somebody without hurting them, because we used to play tackle with my cousins. So I went flying through the air, grabbed the guy off the bicycle, and gently placed him on the ground, with my body landing firmly on top of him so that he couldn't move. He was pinned down. Meanwhile, this car's coming by, and they see the whole incident, and they pull over and block the path as if in case this guy got away. And they say to me, would you like us to call the police? And I said, no. I said, I want this guy to apologize. And he looked at me, and he looked me in the eyes as if I was crazy. And I looked back at him as if I was crazy. And he was kind of starting to stumble a little bit and stutter and all that stuff. And I said, I want you to apologize. And he apologized. And I said, I want you to promise. Now, I don't know why I said it this way, but I said, I want you to promise that you'll never rob anybody in my neighborhood ever again. It almost sounds like I gave him, permission to rob some other neighbor. Don't come back and rob anybody in my neighborhood again. And he looked at me like I was crazy. And I looked at him like he was crazy. Or I looked at him like I was crazy. And he apologized. And I was so proud of myself that I went and I posted it on Facebook. And I got 138 comments. And half of the comments were, oh, Spook. Half of them were, you should have called the police. And I think about that. Maybe I should have. Maybe this guy is going to rob somebody else. And, there was an opportunity to stop that, and I didn't do it. I don't know. But the other half was like, oh, Spook, you're such a wonderful person. So I was thinking about it, and I decided that I had made my decision. And my decision was that I was going to give this guy another chance, whether right or wrong. But I did know that whether or not he fulfilled that promise and stopped robbing people really was up to him. That I felt that I have no right or no responsibility to change somebody's state of consciousness or to change their mind about anything or to change their hearts. But I do have a right to decide whether or not to call the police when they rob me. And I decided not to do it, and, well, so the next day I was out in the woods getting bit by ticks, and this song came to me, and it was about how doing a kind deed can sometimes plant a seed. But then there's that idea of do we have and in our own gardens, we can plant the seeds that we want, but in public, maybe we can only scatter them and let them grow if and where they will. So I put this song together, and it's called Scatter Seeds. Scatter seeds, one kind deed. Will they grow? You may never know. It's not for you to say, so just keep on your way. Tomorrow is another day to scatter seeds. Turn the earth, love's new birth, comes and goes unless it finds a place to grow. Will change come our way? Who among us is to say? prep the soil anyway and scatter seed. We each have our own little gardens to plant and nurture as we please. But better both for you and me, the more of us who will agree to sit together, sorting seeds of harmony. Every drop we drink and every crumb we eat, every thought we think, every feeling, every deed builds us up or breaks us down. The waves we make go round and round and round and round and round and round into eternity. Scatter seeds, one kind deed. Will they grow? We may never know. It's not for us to say. So let's keep on our way. Tomorrow is another day to scatter seeds. All right, thank you. Well, let's see. How about, what kind of mood are you folks in? What's that? Any kind of mood? Okay, are you in the, oh. All of the above. Oh, ooh, whoa, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute, I'm putting these three things together. I'm getting scared now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What mood are you in? Let's go shopping. Let's see what happens. When's the last time you went to your local mom and pop's hardware store? A long, 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 long time ago. Mama bars the windows, Papa's bolting down the door. There's a brand new mall, folks ain't coming anymore. Down to Mom and Pop's small town corner hardware store. Down to Mom and Pop's small town corner hardware store. Condos and McMansions line the fields that once grew corn. The farmer's been uprooted, folks don't dig him anymore. Just like Mom and Pop's small town corner hardware store. Just like Mom small town corner hardware store. All the kids are, downtown has been gentrified, everything's the same. The office store's been stapled and the bread's been up on pain. Children have been supersized from toes up to their necks. The pizza guy's been wedged out by the domino effect. Kids are standardized, they file into school, praying out loud in the classroom, one religion fits them all. Recess has been axed till kids post higher scores. The textbook's been rewritten, they don't mention hardware stores. So welcome to Generica, the land where no one's free. When you can't afford the price of individuality, true value's getting weeded out by all the superstores. That's why we need to patronize the little guys once more. Now Mama boards a Greyhound, Papa bolts for foreign shores. It's a brave new world, folks ain't coming anymore. Down to mom and pop, small town corner hardware store. Down to mom and pop, small town corner hardware store. Well, thank you. That's an old one. I got a new one here that I wrote. This one came in a dream, and it was kind of a really interesting dream because it had a lot of words that I wrote down in one of my notebooks of conversations that I had with Pete Seeger. And in this dream, the music came to me, and a chorus came to me, and the words from the notebook became the verses to the song. And I was like, wow. What a gift that was. So this is the best rendition I can come up with for it. It's called The Compass. I hear the songs you're singing. They're coming from your hearts. Yes, they're coming from the same place. The very first song got it started. They weave 100,000 stories, each one of them unique, with the golden thread that binds us. Every soul longs to be free. Every soul longs to be free. They're singing. Give us freedom, give us freedom, give us freedom, freedom. Now, can you sing that? Give us freedom, give us freedom, give us freedom, freedom. Now, if everybody had clean water and food enough to eat, if we could satisfy these hungers, of these needs we shall be free. Then we can build the roofs above us, sew the clothes that keep us warm. If we could learn to stick together, we could weather any storm. us freedom, give us freedom, freedom now. Sounds great. Give us freedom, give us freedom, give us freedom, freedom now. I've heard it said the road to freedom is a long and windy way, and that we need a proper compass so we don't all run astray. What does it matter where we find it? From within or from above, we will know the tool is worthy if the needle always points to love. The needle always points to love. Give us freedom, give us freedom, give us freedom, freedom now. Give us freedom, give us freedom, give us freedom, freedom now. Some find the compass in our culture. Some find it in a book. Some find it in their own hearts, if they're brave enough to look. Some find the compass out in nature, the rivers and the trees. Some see it in their neighbors, hear it in the songs we sing. What does it matter where we find it? Within, without, from above. We will know the tool is worthy if the needle always points to love. The needle always points to love. Hey man, I'm having a good time. Who's having a good time? All right. Hey, how about something totally different? So one of my fantasies is, let me tell you a different one instead. I go and I watch these people sing, and I say, you know, I'll bet you I could write a song for that person. And I've written a whole ton of songs for a whole ton of people, and this one and no one sings them. The only one who ever sang one was a song that I didn't even realize really that Pete Seeger's in my song Vote. You know, I call him Farmer Josh, but if you think about who Farmer Josh is, it's a. And by the way, you know, so I wrote this song Vote, which maybe I'll sing it, but I wrote this song Vote. Accidentally wrote a hit song. It made it up to #2 on the international folk radio charts. Yeah, and it's a perennial favorite because we have elections all the time, you know. And so this past time, and Tom Florek over here, being the video genius that he is, has put together videos for me with stock footage and stuff like that. And this time in 2020, we put together a video and we got some really cool people like Tom Paxton to sing along. Noel Stuckey, who is also known as Paul from Peter, Paul, and Mary. Christine Lavin, Guy Davis, John McCutcheon, and a whole bunch of people from Cafe Improv, right? Carla Olbrook. Kristen. Yeah, and all the way up from people who had top 10 hits on the Billboard charts, all the way to people who played my open mic in New Brunswick, spanning as much of the racial, age, talent level, economic level that we could put together. Anyway, I wrote this song. It's called Love in a Tea Leaf. only happened for the foolish. Ah, shucks. See, brand new song. Let me try again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought love only happened for the lucky. Not caused by fate, not caused by treating people kind. And I thought love only happened in the movies. But then I saw her at the cafe on the corner, and that's the day I changed my mind. Now I'm in love. Thank the stars above. I looked up and saw her stand in line to order the same celestial brand of tea as mine. Only happened for the foolish. Unlettered losers who cannot read between the lines. And I thought love only happened in the love songs. But then I saw her slip her glasses lower, paging through the Sunday New York Times. Now I'm in love. Thank the stars above. I asked her to join me. We shared a pot of hot tea, while cosmic shivers trembled through my spine. How can it be that a simple cup of tea can reshape one's destiny so profound? Now I'm of the belief it must be written in a tea leaf. No better explanation can be found. Now I'm in love. Bouquet of flowers in her glove. The moment I met her, our stars aligned forever. Now I belong to her and she's all mine. Now I'm in love. Well, thank you very much. I'm gonna do one more song because I have to redeem myself after that. I'll do a song that I've actually been rehearsing instead of one that I don't even remember. We'll go off with this one. It's called Finger Picker number 43.
Spook, Candy, thank you so much. This concludes our episode of Cafe Improv. Happens on the fourth Saturday of every month. Our next one is July 23rd, 2022. Please check out the show. You remember that Princeton TV is now called Central New Jersey Network. Ooh. CNJN.org. So you can find it at CNJN.org, or you can still find it at PrincetonTV.org. Our show is broadcast on Mondays at 8 p.m. And also Thursdays, which is late night Wednesday at midnight. So enjoy the show, and thank you so much, and we'll see you guys here next time. Thank you so much. Good night. Yeah.